Welcome back, everyone. Today we're gonna talk about Genesis 2, verse 25. And the man and his wife were both naked, and they were not ashamed. This verse may appear simple, but in the eyes of the Zohar, it conceals profound mystical secrets about primordial purity, spiritual transparency, and the state of divine innocence before the descent into dualistic consciousness. It portrays humanity's original condition before fragmentation, before shame, before ego. It is a window into the state of unified being, unclothed not only in body but in soul. The first phrase, we have both naked, without garments of separation. In Kabbalah, garments symbolize layers, concealments, or masks that the soul must wear when it enters lower worlds. These garments are necessary after the fall to protect and hide vulnerability. But here, Adam and Hawa are without garments, not because they lack clothing, but because they lack inner division. Their souls were in a state of transparency, no ego, no projection, no shame, because there was no sense of separateness. The Zohar explains that they were clothed in Or Elyon, which is supernal light, a radiant covering of divine presence. Only after the sin of the tree of knowledge did this light diminish, and physical garments became necessary. They were naked, but clothed in light, not in shame. This is the secret play on Hebrew. Naked, in Hebrew word is arumim. Light, in Hebrew is or. Skin, in Hebrew, is also or. Before the fall, they were cloaked in or, which in this case means light. Afterward, only or, in this case this time means skin, remain. The next phrase we have, and were not ashamed, beyond duality and judgment. Shame arises from self-awareness in duality, the awareness of me versus you, of right and wrong, of exposure. But in Eden, before the fall, there was no separation between body and soul, between inner and outer. There was no objectification, no fear, no ego. The Zohar teaches that the absence of shame is not naivety, it is wholeness. It is a state of Da'at Elyon, supernal knowledge, where male and female are not in conflict but interwoven harmoniously. They were as one soul in two forms, beholding each other as parts of the same flame. The mystical state of consciousness before the fall. This verse describes the ideal state of humanity before the shattering caused by the eating of the tree of knowledge. No concealment, no judgment, no fear, full presence in divine awareness. It is the state known as Yihud Elyon, which is supernal unity, where all opposites are resolved in divine oneness. In this state, the masculine and feminine are not opposing energies, but interwoven aspects of one whole being. So why does the Torah emphasize their nakedness? According to the Zohar, this verse serves to contrast the coming descent into fragmentation in Genesis 3. It establishes the baseline of human dignity and divine intimacy. Nakedness symbolizes truth, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. The absence of shame symbolizes alignment with the divine. Once the sin enters, shame arises, distance is created, and garments must be made. The garment of light and the fall into skin. The Zohar makes a stunning linguistic observation. Before the sin, the word for light is spelled Aleph, Vav, Resh. After the sin, God makes them garments of skin, spelled Ayin, Vav, Resh. This one-letter shift, Aleph to Ayin, marks the fall from divine light to physical opacity. Thus, the verse is not just about nudity, it is about the condition of the soul. Before the fall, clothed in divine radiance. After the fall, clothed in mortal limitation. To summarize, Genesis 2 verse 25, according to the Zohar, captures the purest human state before shame, before judgment, before separation. Adam and Eve are naked but not ashamed because they are clothed in divine light, not physical garments. Their transparency reflects their unity, and their lack of shame reflects the absence of ego. They live in a state of supernal awareness where male and female are not in competition but in perfect harmony. Their bodies are not objects but vessels of light, expressions of the soul's wholeness. The Zohar teaches that this is the original human condition, one we seek to return to through spiritual work, love, and unification of opposites. To be unashamed is not to be ignorant, it is to be whole. To be naked in the light is to live without mask, without fear, without fragmentation. This is Eden, not a place, but a consciousness. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your donation. Be blessed, everyone, and I will see you on the next episode.